Alright. In the top right hand side, playing Emeric, we have Saikoya versus Zeronix playing Greenfinger down in the bottom left. Now Zero has been a long time fan of Greenfinger. And Saikoya is a long time fan of Emeric. So we're kind of seeing like both of them playing commanders they're like, I guess, well known for. At least I would consider Zeronix's Greenfinger something they're well known for.
I actually don't think of Zeronix as a Greenfinger player, though I definitely agree with Saikoya on the Emeric. Did Zero used to play a lot of Greenfinger?
I think so. They were definitely one of the people that said Greenfinger was really good before a lot of people kind of cottoned on to that. So, anyway, I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. And actually, something I just noticed is that Zero was able to get that very deep forward capture on that village, where Saikoya was not.
Wait, why is Saikoya's command? But what? I'm confused with the positioning of Saikoya's commander. That looks like a misclick.
I think they want to heal off the village, but they just couldn't get there in time. Normally, the commander will go and capture that village on the right. But in this case, that did not happen.
That's not... Did I miss something, or did they, like, not move for a turn?
Something I think happened with the sword. Oh, Saikoya forgot to move commander. I completely missed that.
Dang! Oh, I feel so bad for Saikoya. That's happened to me before.
I mean, it happened to Saikoya before as well. Although
yeah,
in that
case...
the
second time!
The other time was forgetting to capture a building with a mage, but... I mean, they've recovered pretty well, considering that they just forgot to move a commander. And, you know...
So it's giving them a handicap, you know.
It's funny, because for all the time we've spent bigging up the players, it's like, oh, well, you know... I'm just gonna forget to move my commander for one turn.
I mean, props to Saikoya for, like, recovering from that, and still, this looks pretty even to me.
Yep. Alright, Crystal's going up there. Are we gonna see swords hit this? Oh, wow, doesn't get the coin flip. Loses out by 1%.
It's rough.
Yeah, but I guess the sword's on a mountain, so it's not the worst thing, or like equivalent mountain.
Saikoya not getting their famous RNG.
Okay, dog's gonna come and finish the village off. Oh, how often can you say that? Oh, and Zero has a golem as well. Which, I mean, if you're going up against like Emeric with Crystal, who's like pressing into your stronghold, you kind of need something like that. Because you can't use a dragon to defend against Emeric. Like, not realistically. Like, the ability to just like create mage crits out of thin air is like ridiculous, so... And, like, everything's like super chunky and the dragon can't kill it, so you want something beefy on your side.
If I were to name the two players best known for being amazing Emerics, it would be Saikoya and Red Gems. I don't even know of anyone else who plays Emeric that frequently.
Maestro, I think? Is it Maestro? Oh, Maestro's in chat, so they can correct us. Just your eventual ruler plays Emeric.
Players. Nice.
There's like someone who was actually really making Emeric work recently. I would say that he's a bit on the weaker end, but he still gets picked and he still gets wins, so...
Emeric can be very strong, but you have to know how to play Emeric. I cannot say that I do. So, Emeric is definitely on the weaker end in my hands.
I have commanders that I prefer. Like, I think he's like, can be good, but I just prefer like different commanders. But in this situation, right, he's getting zoned out pretty hard, but he's also going to have Groove up again fairly soon. And Zero has these vines, but they will run out eventually.
Wait a minute. What am I saying? You're a good Emeric player. It slipped my mind because you like always stay out of the tournaments because you run them and there's bias issues if you were in them, which is respectable. But like you play Emeric, right?
Sometimes, but I've actually kind of fallen off Emeric recently. Not having as good results recently. Alright, what do we got here? Zero pushes in, knocks the crystal down. Greenfinger's gonna walk back. And here comes the this is kind of similar to what we saw with you on Headland the previous set, where like someone reinforces one side, the other person pushes the other side, person goes back to defend it, the other person pushes on the opposite side again. And both players just kind of swing back and forth, and we're going to have a bit of a horizontal line forming here. It's not really ideal when it comes to map design. Like you always want those like diagonals wherever you can get them.
I will say though, unlike my game where Senpu was just kind of wrecking me, this looks a little bit more even.
Yeah, and there's still lots of action going on both sides. Like both of them are really pushing, taking villages out, putting a lot of pressure on. And it is kind of like the two commanders that stall a lot. So Greenfinger, notorious for long games, where if you play defensively with him, you just have vines that are difficult to push into.
But actually, I don't think Greenfinger is a defensive commander. If you use Greenfinger defensively, it means you're losing, because you've created a stall. Like, unless you have a lot of the economy.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that as well. Like, you don't really want to play Greenfinger defensively, but if it comes down to it and Greenfinger does play defensively, then he does stall games. Like, he can make game lengths go pretty high. Alright, and this knight is absolutely tearing it up in the back now. And there's those pikes, like Zero in chat saying like he wish he'd had more pikes in this game. And yeah, you can really feel that. Like the knight on the left hand side is just kind of doing whatever it wants now. We've got another Emeric crystal coming up.
What's really impressive to me is that archers are losing to pikes.
That is true. But I think it's because there's just like the knight in the bottom left tearing it up. And like an archer wouldn't stop that. You need like a pike to deal with that really. Or your own knight. And the knight's just gonna keep running around doing damage.
Alright, the archers are going in now. They're doing some work on those pikes. They're starting to do some work.
Yeah, but it's only chip. Which isn't
Still,
really
you
ideal.
chip a pike. It's not really that useful anymore.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna see a spear crit back onto the archer though. That's not gonna be fun for the archer. Probably, I think we're gonna see Mage Heal pike crit. That'd be my guess. Yep. Oh, what a prediction. And you're down. Oh, the archer lives. Damn. What is it that would kill?
That poor golem.
Yeah, that poor golem indeed. Alright. Spear plus golem? Yeah, golem gets the kill.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the dog lives. It takes a hit from a knight. That's not something you can see every day. Oh wow, this repositioning with the balloons and Emeric. I mean that's like the thing you want with Emeric, right? You want balloons with him.
Emeric balloons can get a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, they are incredibly durable. Right, what are we gonna see here? Greenfinger gets a kill, gets groove again. Ooh, nice dog crit coming in. And I love the use of this low health dog to allow for crits. You're just getting a ton of value out of something that only has 12% health.
It's a little risky though, because now that mage is exposed to a pike crit.
Yeah, but mages don't die to pike crits on planes. I seem to recall this being a thing, but there is a witch actually, and that would open the crit up. Go there for a kill. Oh, archer in range of a sword. That's not very fun.
No, there's the witch.
Yeah, witch comes in. Yeah, and there comes the pike crit. Alright, golem. Finish off a dog? Not really the best value, but I guess if you can kill a unit for free, you can kill a unit for free. Ooh, nice. Follow up archer hit there. Did quite a lot of damage to Greenfinger.
Yeah, gotta be a little careful with Emeric there, because he is a little precarious, but those balloons will hopefully prevent any kind of lethal shenanigans.
Yeah, there are 2 mages nearby though, so... Alright, what do we got here? First mage kills a balloon. Got archers coming in. Yeah, you just want to use everything from the back line that you can. And oh, like, Zero dedicated a lot of forces over on the right, so he's looking quite thin over on this left-hand side. Yeah, pops the other balloon. I don't think he wants to go in on this golem though. And that's pretty worrying because, like, at this point, you would really want to have a big beefy unit to tank, and here comes his own golem. But Saikoya is going to get a turn to just kind of do a lot of damage. And yeah, we're just going to see more Hex, more Pike Crit. Probably should have seen that Hex come before the dog hit that swords. But oh well, not the biggest deal.
Oh, and that opens the other one up!
Oh wow, yeah, getting the kill on that archer. Oh no. That's a ton of damage. You really want those archers at full health. Because
I have major... Sorry, good?
I was gonna say, they're like the big damage dealers, right? Like, as long as you can keep them alive at the back, like, they just do so much.
Something not to be underestimated is Saikoya's balloon logistics. Like, it's just happening in the background and we're barely paying attention to it, but it is so hard to do in a real game where you're constantly moving multiple balloons, getting your units into the right place, and, like, resisting the temptation, oh, I could use a balloon as a blocker. I could just put it right here and be safe. And, like, Saikoya did use balloons as blockers, and their transport chain is still going. They've got 2 units, they have a balloon, they're ready to swap it out for another one, and this is how they're able to keep up the attack. That is so hard to do. Major respect for that.
Yeah, and Zero is doing a ton of pressure on, like, the map, so, like, they have the econ lead right now. But I think Saikoya is just kind of winning the fight. And the balloons are really helping with that, like, you're just seeing constant spears, like, reinforcing this push. And, ooh,
Is this a lethal?
Probably. Yeah, suicides.
You couldn't get to the forest.
Oh, wow, you got really close. But it doesn't need to be a lethal. And I actually really respect not sending Emeric further in. Like, the temptation is there, right? Like, you're just like, oh, I can just keep pushing and keep doing damage. But Saikoya's like, no, I'm just gonna play it safe.
Whoa, I don't like where Greenfinger's standing. At 5 health, that's a choice.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna pick off that spear and probably die for it. I mean, there's a nice wall in front, but I feel like there's enough here to kill because you know you've got a witch hex on the board still, so he's at 37%.
The mage shield, it's not that bad.
Oh yeah, mage heal. Right, that's okay then. 67.
Oh, there's the hex right in front of the mages and everything. I wonder if this is the...
Oh, I think you're a little bit ahead of me right now.
Oh, alright, let me pause.
Alright. Archer crit, and now we've got the hex coming in. Alright. Spear, ooh, kills that spear. So, nice damage coming in here. Big mage heal? Okay. And wow, he just really wants to keep bullying. And bullying. Oh, and he can get the lethal with Emeric, but he doesn't.
He does it with the mage.
He does it with the mage. Okay.
Oh. For a second there, I was like, what's happening? Why are you walking away?
I would have been so mad if he didn't get a lethal there. Oh. But really nicely played by Saikoya at the end. And we were talking about how vulnerable like Greenfinger was, right? And it's like, oh, you know, he could be safe. But archers are very good at breaking walls, so. And what a game too. And this is In Memoriam is definitely one of the grindier maps in the map pool, right? And these are two very grindy commanders, or they can be. So it was very interesting to see two very high level players like duking it out under these circumstances. And I do very much respect like I really love that like Saikoya was just like, I'm not gonna kill Greenfinger this turn. I'm just gonna smack him, do a ton of damage, and force him back. And just like constantly use my golem to bully the commander. Because like, yeah, Zero really wants to, get those lethals in with Greenfinger where possible, build up groove. And then Saikoya's like, cool, you got a bit greedy, you went for that lethal. You went to kill the spear, I'm just gonna lethal you now.
These are two of the best players in the world, and it is fun watching them fight for sure.
This is very true. And Zero in chat saying, pushing too hard, got impatient. Yeah, In Memoriam is not a map you can be impatient in.
Nope.
It's a long map. It's one of the maps I expect to see come to the timer the most often, I think, in this pool. Definitely likes to use it, but yeah, it's a tough one. And yeah, if you're wanting to go in for a quick game, you don't play in Memoriam. Unless you're me, I always end it quickly, but I'm great, so And just to like end off, that was a game that started with Saikoya forgetting to move their commander on one of the things. And of course,
where's the handicap?
They win that game of all of them, so nicely done.
Well, there's one more. Saikoya could win the next one.
Oh, this is true. So we're gonna go to game 3.